Section 57 of the Endeavour Journal of Sir Joseph Banks. Journal from 25 August 1768 to 12 July 1771 by Joseph Banks. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Gail Timmerman Vaughan. Section 57. Some account of Prince's Island. Prince's Island, as it is called by the English, in Malay Pulau Salan, and in the language of its inhabitants Pulau Paniatan, is a small island situated in the western mouth of the Straits of Sunday. It is woody, and has no remarkable hill upon it, though the English call the small one, which is just over the anchoring place, the Pike. This island was formerly much frequented by India ships of many nations, but especially English, who have of late forsaken it on account, it is said, of the badness of the water, and stop either at North Island, a small island on the Sumatra coast, without the east entrance of the Straits, or at New Bay, a few leagues only from Prince's Island, at neither of which places, however, any quantity of refreshments can be procured. Its chief produce is water, which is situated in such a manner that if you are not careful in filling high enough up the brook, it will inevitably be brackish, from which circumstance alone I believe it has got a bad name with almost all nations. Turtle, of which, however, its supplies are not great, so that if a ship comes second or third in the season, she must be contented with small ones, and no great plenty of them, as indeed was in some measure our case. We bought at very various prices according to the humour of the people, but altogether I believe they came to about 1/2 penny or 3/4 a pound. They were of the green kind, but not very fat or well flavoured in any degree, as they are in most other parts, which I believe is in great measure owing to the people keeping them sometimes very long in crawls of brackish water, where they have no kind of food given to them. Fowls are tolerably cheap. A dozen of large ones sold when we were there for a Spanish dollar, which is 5d apiece. They have also plenty of monkeys and small deer, Muscus pygmaeus, the largest of which are not quite so big as a new fallen lamb, and another kind of deer called by them munchak, about the size of a sheep. The monkeys were about 1/2 $1, 2 and 6, the small deer 2d, the larger of which they brought down only 2, a rupee or 2s. Fish they have many various kinds, which are sold by hand, as you can bargain. We found them, however, always tolerably cheap. Vegetables they have, coconuts $1 for 100, if you choose them, or 130 if you take them as they come. Plantains plenty, some watermelons, pineapples, jackas, pumpkins, also rice, chiefly of the mountain sort, which grows on dry land. Yams and several other vegetables, all which are sold reasonably enough. The inhabitants are Javans, whose Rajah is subject to the Sultan of Bantam, from whom they receive orders, and to whom they possibly pay a tribute, but of that particular I am not certain. Their customs, I believe, are very much like those of the Indians about Batavia, only they seem much more jealous of their women, so much so that I never saw one the whole time of our stay, except she was running away full speed to hide herself in the woods. Their religion is Mahometanism, but I believe they have not a mosque upon the island. They were, however, very strict in the observance of their fast, the same as the Ramadan of the Turks, during which we happened to come. Not one would touch victuals till sunset, or even chew their betel, but 1/2 or an hour before all went home to cook the kettle, nor would they stay for anything but view of extraordinary profit. Their food was nearly the same as the Batavian Indians, adding only to it the nuts of the palm called Cycas circinalis, with which on the coast of New Holland some of our people were made ill, and some of our hogs poisoned outright. Their method of preparing them to get out their deleterious qualities, they told me, were first to cut the nuts into thin slices, and dry them in the sun, then to steep them in fresh water for 3 months, afterwards pressing the water from them, and drying them in the sun once more. They, however, were so far from being a delicious food, that they never used them but in times of scarcity, when they mixed the preparation with their rice. Their town, which they called Samadang, consisted of about 300 houses. Great part of the old town, however, was in ruin. Their houses were all built up on pillars 4 or 5 feet above the ground. The plan of that of Gandang, a man who seemed to be next in riches and influence to the king, will give an idea of them all. It was walled with boards, a luxury none but the king and himself had, but in no other respect differed from those of the middling people, except being a little longer. The walls were made of bamboo, planted on small perpendicular sticks, fastened to the beams. The floors were also of bamboo. Each stick, however, laid at a small distance from the next, so that the air had free passage from below, by which means these houses were always cool. The thatch of palm leaves was always thick and strong, so that neither rain nor sunbeams could find entrance through it. When we were at the town, there were very few inhabitants there. The rest lived in occasional houses built in the rice fields, where they watched the crop to prevent the devastations of monkeys, birds, etc. These occasional houses are smaller than those of the town. The posts which support them also, instead of being 4 or 5 feet in height, are 8 or 10. Otherwise the divisions, etc., are quite the same. Their dispositions, as far as we saw them, were very good. At least they dealt very fairly with us upon all occasions. Indian-like, however, always asking double whatever they could take for whatever they had to dispose of. This, however, produced no inconveniences to us, who were used to this kind of traffic. In making out bargains they were very handy, and supplied the want of small money reasonably well, by laying together a quantity of anything, and when the price was settled, dividing it among each other according to the proportion each had brought to the general stock. They would sometimes change our money, giving 240 doits for a Spanish dollar, that is, 5s. sterling, and 92, that is, 2s. sterling for a Bengal rupee. The money they chose, however, was doits in all small bargains. Double chase they had, but were very nice in taking them. Their language is different, both from the Malay and Javan. They all, however, speak Malay. These specimens of languages, so near each other in situation, I chose to give together, and selected the words without any previous choice, as I had wrote them down on a paper, that the similar and dissimilar words might equally be seen. As for the parts of the body, which I have made the subject of this and all my specimens of language, I chose them in preference to all others, as the names of them are easily got from people of whose language the inquirer has not the least idea. What I call the Javan is the language spoke at Samarang, a day's journey from the seat of the Emperor of Java. I have been told that there are several other languages upon the island, but those I had no opportunity of collecting words from, meeting with no one who could speak them. A table of words. Prince's Island, Jalma, Java, Un Lanang. Malay, Orang Laki Laki. Prince's Island, Bekang, Java, Ung Wadang. Malay, Puram Puan. Prince's Island, Orokolataki. Java, Lari. Malay, Anak. Prince's Island, Holo. Java, Andas. Malay, Kapala. Prince's Island, Irong. Java, Irong. Malay, Idong. Prince's Island, Mata. Java, Moto. Malay, Mata. Prince's Island, Chole. Java, Kuping. Malay, Kuping. Prince's Island, Kutok. Java, Untu. Malay, Gigi. Prince's Island, Biatung. Java, Wutong. Malay, Prot. Prince's Island, Seret. Java, Selet. Malay, Pantat. Prince's Island, Pimping. Java, Pu Pu. Malay, Paha. Prince's Island, Hulutur. Java, Dunsul. Malay, Lontur. Prince's Island, Maltas. Java, Sikkil. Malay, Kauki. Prince's Island, Kuku. Java, Kuku. Malay, Kuku. Prince's Island, Langan. Java, Tangan. Malay, Tangan. Prince's Island, Ramo. Java, Langan. Malay, Jari Jaring. The Prince's Islanders call their language Katagunung, which is the mountain language, and say that it is spoken upon the mountains of Java, from whence their tribe originally came, first to New Bay, a few leagues off only, and thence to Prince's Island, driven there by the quantities of tigers. The Malay, Javan, and Prince's Island all have words in them either exactly alike, or else plainly deriving their origin from the same source with others in the language of the South Sea Islands. This is particularly visible in their numbers, from whence one should at first be inclined to suppose that their learning at least had been derived originally from one and the same source. But how that strange problem of the numbers of the black inhabitants of Madagascar, so vastly similar to those of Otaheite, could have come to pass surpasses, I confess, my skill to conjecture. The numbers that I give overleaf in the comparative table I had from a negro-born slave at Madagascar, who was at Batavia with an English ship, from whence he was sent for, merely to satisfy my curiosity in the language. There being much fewer words in the Prince's Island language, similar to South Sea words, is owing in great measure to my not having taken a sufficient quantity of words upon the spot to compare with it. Specimens of language. South Sea 1. Mata, Malay Majta, Java Moto, Princess Island Mata and I. South Sea 2. Ma, Malay Makan, Java Mangan, to eat. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 3. Ainu, Malay Menem, Java Numbi, to drink. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 4. Mate, Malay Mate, Java Mate, to kill. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea Utu, Malay Kutu, a louse. Java and Princess Island, no entries. South Sea 6. Uwa, Malay Udian, Java Udan, rain. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 7. Owe, Malay and Java, no entry. Princess Island, Awe, bamboo cane. South Sea 8. U, Malay, no entry. Java Susu, abreast. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 9. Manu, Malay, no entry. Java Manu. Princess Island, Manuk, a bird. South Sea Island 10. Aiea, Malay Ikan, Java Iwa, a fish. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 11. Uta, Malay Utan, inland. Java and Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 12. Tapao, Malay, no entry. Java Tapaan, the foot. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 13. Tuura, Malay Udang, Java Urang, a lobster. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 14. Uefe, Malay Ubi, Java Uwe, yams. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 15. Etanu, Malay Tanan, Java Tandur, to bury. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 16. Enamu, Malay Namuk, a mosquito. Java and Princess Island, no entries. South Sea 17. Hiaru, Malay Garu, Java Garu, to scratch. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 18. Taru, Malay Talus, Java Talus, cocos roots. Princess Island, no entry. South Sea 19. Otu, Malay and Java, no entries. Princess Island, Sungut, the mouth. South Sea 20. Ito, Malay and Java, no entries. Princess Island, Tau, sugarcane. Table of numbers. South Sea 1. Tahi, Malay Satu, Java Sigi, Princess Island Hegi, Madagascar Ifsi. South Sea 2. Rua, Malay Dua, Java Loro, Princess Isle Dua, Madagascar Rua. South Sea 3. Toru, Malay Tiga, Java Tulu, Princess Island Tolu, Madagascar Tello. South Sea 4. Ha, Malay Ampat, Java Papat, Princess Island Opat, Madagascar Ifats. South Sea 5. Rima, Malay Lima, Java Limo, Princess Island Lima, Madagascar Limi. South Sea 6. Feni, Malay Anam, Java Nunam, Princess Isle Gunop, Madagascar Ene. South Sea 7. Hitu, Malay Tuju, Java Petu, Princess Isle Tuju, Madagascar Fitu. South Sea 8. Waru, Malay Delapan, Java Wolo, Princess Isle Delapan, Madagascar Walu. South Sea 9. Iva, Malay Sembalan, Java Songo, Princess Isle Salapan, Madagascar Sivi. South Sea 10. Ahuru, Malay Sapulu, Java Sapulu, Princess Isle Sapulu, Madagascar Furu. South Sea 11. Matahi, Malay Sabilas, Java Suvalas, no entries for Princess Isle and Madagascar. 12. South Sea Maru, Malay Dubalas, Java Rualas, no entry, Princess Isle and Madagascar. South Sea 20. Tahitau, Malay Duapulu, Java Rompulu, no entry, Princess Isle and Madagascar. South Sea 100 Rimatau, Malay Seratus, Java Satas, Princess Isle Satas, Madagascar no entry. South Sea 200 Manu, Malay Dua Ratas, Java Rongatus, no entry, Princess Island and Madagascar. South Sea 1000 Lima Manu, Malay Sorabu, Java Siawu, Princess Isle Siawu, no entry for Madagascar. South Sea 2000 Manutine, no entry for Malay, Java, Princess Isle, or Madagascar. Nota bene, in the Isle of Ulietea 6 is called Ono. The Madagascar language has also some words similar to Malay words, as uron, the nose, in Malay irong lala, the tongue lidatang, the hand tangantan, the ground tana. From this similitude of language between the inhabitants of the eastern Indies and the islands in the South Sea, I should have ventured to conjecture much did not Madagascar interfere, and how any communication can ever have been carried between Madagascar and Java to make the brown long-haired people of the latter speak a language similar to that of the black woolly-headed natives of the other, is, I confess, far beyond my comprehension. Unless the Egyptian learning, running in two courses, one through Africa, the other through Asia, might introduce the same words, and which is still more probable, numerical terms, into the languages of people who never had any communication with each other. But this point requiring a depth of knowledge in antiquities, I must leave to antiquarians to discuss. End of section 57. Some account of Princess Island.